Hi guys, Seamus here. Bit of a quick update on our F1 safety car group build and our Camaro. So we'll start with our safety car. We got it into its first clear coat this morning, just to seal this particular paint before we go to decals. I've got a choice of decals. I'll show them in a second. So there's the hood. There's one of the doors. And there's the other door. So our decals, we've got two options here. I'm looking into a third one. Now this is only on test paper before we commit to decal paper. So this is the kit, this is what comes in the Fujimi SLS AMG safety car kit. This is not the kit, this is the Rebel kit I'm doing. But the Rebel kit is a lot better in my opinion, because you open the doors and so forth and full engine. The Fujimi kit does not have that. It does have the light bar in the Fujimi kit, obviously. It doesn't have this in the Rebel kit, so I'm going to have to build my own light bar and so forth, which I would have to do anyway. So this is the decals that will go with that car if you got the Fujimi kit. You have another option here. I think this is a later version. So I've got these two to play with. I'm heading more towards this one probably. You get this one for the bonnet obviously, and those for the two doors. This goes across your bonnet, your hood, and then your screen up top, your front screen. And your number plates. Our 3D printed Camaro engine is off a newer generation than the one I'm currently building at the minute. This one. So, done some chassis work last night. Had to do some alterations. Cut this out a bit wider, bring it in closer to the chassis legs. Got our suspension build up and the front end as well. And we highlighted our brake lines and so forth. Now, our engine came in 4 different parts. You could have printed it off multi-part or like this. So the housing, the gearbox itself was a separate part. Everything else was all one piece. So we're still detailed painting it and so forth. I had to get my belt put on and my pulleys painted. Induction kit has to be put on, but that will be put on once it goes into the car. Now, what the problem was that I had with the original chassis, it just wasn't fitting. So I had to widen it and so forth for it to allow it to fit in. So it fits in reasonably okay. Some adjustments here and there before we can call it 100%. It'll look nice under the car itself. And we get all the auxiliaries put onto it, the induction kit and so forth, and other bits and pieces. So we're jumping between 3D parts and printing off. I have a few other ones to print off as well, but they'll not be for this build, they'll probably be for this one. The induction kit might prove a wee bit awkward along with the radiator. It came with it, the print. The induction kit, try and make a bit of room here. The induction kit, still on supports here, as you can see. I'll just break those off when need to. That's a bit on black. And probably a silver or chrome band around either end to represent a big jubilee clip. So there's your wee filter. Goes on to the end of the induction. kit sort of thing, like so. We get those all painted up. That injection kit goes in. Is it that way? I think it goes in that way, yeah. Then your filter's on the other end of it. So we get that all painted up. Our fan is going to be proving maybe difficulty to get in and so forth, so I might have to cut those hoses back and maybe either print ones off again or do my own with melted sprue sort of thing. So we'll see what happens when we come to that stage of getting that installed into the Camaro. The other wee part that I downloaded for the Camaro, I think I showed this the other day. This is the original part that came with the kit. This wasn't gelling with this one, so I reprinted another one. You can actually see through this one, and I drilled out the lights themselves because it was one piece sort of thing. And then we just highlighted our Chevy badge with a AK chrome pen. So it looks a lot better compared to that solid one. Trying to drill those out and so forth. It can be done. I've done it on a few occasions, but it's time consuming. So it's just easier to print one out. But we'll keep that in case it comes in handy at some stage. Our rims, and hoping my rims are going to fit up with the chassis. Which one's that's the back one? So get that out for a second. So it fits on our original spleen sort of thing, but I'm thinking it's sitting out too far. So if I put the skinnier ones on the back, these ones here, the best about these 3D printed wheels, you can print the tires off separate and glue them in place when you're all painted up. It's nice and neat then. So it's a bit more better. So we'll see what happens when I come to that stage. I do have another set printed off just in case I need them. But other than that, it's starting to take shape. So I had to allow for all those different modifications to it because obviously it's not for the kit. Our firewall will have to go in. There's some detail painting to be done in around that as well. Our brake booster and all has to go on and so forth, and a couple of other things painted on it. Our interior, and still working on our interior. I did flock it. Showed this the other day. Still working on the dashboard and still debating whether to light it or not. We'll see what happens. Our SLS safety car chassis. We just cut that off with sprues. We got that cleaned up, ready for paint. What's that say? 2010 Revel SLS AMG. So we got some of the engine put together last night. I built our exhaust onto it for reason being everything's lined up then, and it fits in. You have a wee groove here which is cut into the bottom of the block. It just sits in nice neat, and then push it down on either clip at the back. That's you. Our tunnel, where is it? Goes on again from the inside, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Why is that up or down? I'll have to check the instructions. There's a few other things out of the engine itself before we can call it complete. That way you're guaranteed it's going to be lining up with your manifolds and so forth. Now there's a bit of a fill here to be done. I'll take this out again, you can see it. Just here. Compared to our size, nice and neat. That's where it was moulded, so I'll use a bit of clear resin and shape it. And then we'll go to paint and so forth, so it should be okay. So there you go, guys. As I say, we've only just got this in its first pass coat sort of thing, just to seal the paint. I'll give it a good flattening down, get our decals on it, and then give it a nice, maybe 2 coats, wet coat, Hey, you got a horn. Try your wipers. That's it really. I think the roof's done black actually. So there's a bits of dirt in it, so I'll polish out before I go to the next coat. But overall, it's come out pretty well. I'm happy enough with this. And the colour I've used it before on the Audi. A while back there, last year before last. It's the craft paint. Now, once it's dry, it says it's waterproof, but I just give it a pass over with the 1K clear in the corner here, and it seals the paint ready for wet sanding. Pretty thick. You need to thin it down enough to go through the airbrush. But as I say, I've been using this for quite some time, and it's worked for me. Anyway, I'm rambling, guys, so there you go. Quick update on the bench, so enough to keep me going for an hour while yet until my 2 big build starts on the 1st of April. Anyway, guys, I'm away, so enjoy your weekend, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye.